You're live.
Hi, everybody. Lunch with Leah and Little Black, who's acting up today. I don't know what's going to happen with him. So let's get started. I was watching The Voice. They're waiting on him, and I remember with so much noise in the background, and Joe Francis got underneath the table and was calling him, and I could hear him screaming, "Bring him on a gurney, he's going to perform!" And the next thing I know, he showed up, he put on a 30-minute spectacular performance, and he left. And I don't know if he went back to the hospital, but oh my God, I was thinking last night that charity's too much stress. That was the same year we had Patti LaBelle, if you remember, who had gone to the gay pride and parade and waved at everybody all day on our dime. Of course, we fly her in, and then they steal her to ride in their parade. No one tells us. So she gets here. She's so exhausted, and she's got literally on the brink of a heat stroke. And she's going, "If I don't go on the stage right now, I won't be able to go on at all." And we're like, "But little Wayne's in the hospital. We're trying to work this out." Oh my God, I was just having nightmares thinking about it. Anyway, I remember I complained to you guys. I said, well, Ross Matthews didn't get a hold of me when he was here for Gay Pride. Well, it turns out he did. I hadn't checked my text. He says, "Leah, come on over. You know, we're having fun." And he did text me back, but I couldn't make it over because I was leaving for LA. And then when I was in LA, he was leaving for Palm Springs, so it didn't work out. But anyway, he did get back with me, so he's not in the doghouse. This one may be soon. Then, speaking of Aretha, there's a big feud going on now. Apparently, Aretha sends a several-page fax. Who faxes anymore? No. Who faxes anymore? Did anybody fax? Anyway, apparently she sent a fax to Dionne Warwick about a 5-year-old feud. So 5 years ago, when Dionne Warwick, whom I love and adore, there's no one more adorable and generous and sweet, and she supports that school in New Jersey, and she came and performed at our charity for free, and she is such a gracious, fabulous woman, I can't even tell you. But apparently she gets this scathing email from Aretha scolding her about something that happened 5 years ago when Dionne mentioned at Whitney Houston's funeral that Aretha was either, I don't recall what she said, she was the godmother and or she was at the funeral, of which neither or both were true. Allegedly. So I don't know. But anyway, and I love Aretha too. I mean, she performed at our event and she just knocked it out of the park. And she is an amazing woman. She carries my fabulous handbag. I had 2 handbags sitting here. Where are they? She carries this one right here. I have a picture of her with it. By the way, Courtney Love has both of these bags too. LeahBlack.com. You want to be fabulous. So anyway, that was my gossip of the day from my personal experiences. Now I've got some funny things for you. Listen to this. Oh my gosh. So the police, first let me tell you what we're going to cover. We're going to cover entertainment. We're going to cover housewives. We're going to cover what was renewed on TV this year for Bravo. Some news, some more airline stuff that's going on. People are going to be afraid to get on the airlines and fly anymore. It's becoming insane, the stuff that's happening. A little bit of love and romance. WetPaid has a great article out. Health and beauty tips, what successful people do, some Mother's Day stuff, and some questions from our viewers. Speaking of our viewers were at an all-time high 2 weeks ago. And last week, you guys let me down. It dipped a little bit. You know, you got to keep going uptown. So listen to this. This is just hilarious. So the police in Australia have a search warrant for someone's house about drugs. So they go in the house and they search the house and look what they uncover. This is just, to me, this is so funny. They cover a to-do list of a pothead. So this guy smokes pot every day, and listen what he says. He makes himself a list. I guess he's so on pot he can't remember what to do. He goes, "Get up and get ready." Get the bus fare. So he's got to get his money together. Go to the bus stop. Catch the 513 bus, and they did a redacted where he's going. Go get lunch, chips at Granny's. Chips at Granny's is where he's going for lunch. Go to Kmart and shop, SHOPP. Go to the bus stop. I guess he's done with Chris. Then go to, he won't say where, and dye hair. Go home and get a stick. What is a stick? Is that a code word for something? I don't know what a stick is. Then he goes, and number 10 is chop up and get stoned and start all over again. I mean, come on. There is stuff. Can you imagine you're a cop and you walk in, the stoner's got this typed on his refrigerator what he's going to do for the day? I wish my life was so simple. I'm going to become a stoner. It seems to be like a very simple, easy life. I need it. Oh, God. Things we won't miss from The Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, according to Reality T. Did you notice my little Leah Black pearls? Well, I put my little black glasses on, too. LeahBlack.com. Pantygate. We won't miss that. Rena versus Kim. Oh, I don't know. Lisa Vanderpump's Bump It. I don't even know what that is. The term that British humor justifies. You know when they get in trouble, Dorit and Lisa, they say, oh, well, that was British humor. Apparently, according to Reality T, we won't miss that. We will not miss Kyle's agency hat and logo shirts in every single scene. I think that's smart. I wish I had a 1-800-LEAH-BLACK t-shirt on right now. Let's see. We will not miss Kim is not a cast member. Stop talking about her sobriety. We will not miss that. We will not miss Dorit bragging about Boy George. I love Boy George. Brag about him. I let people have their flowers in their lifetime, as an old friend of mine used to say. We will not miss Eileen's therapy sessions. I would agree with that. I don't think they're that salacious. It's just normal, regular, boring therapy. Kyle plugging her scripted show. These girls are marketing, aren't they? Erica's black wig. We will definitely not miss Erica's black wig. I think that has got to be one of the, I couldn't. Erica's icy demeanor. Oh, well, we won't miss that. Memory loss with Rena, Kim, and Dorit. I mean, it was contagious. This was a year when no one remembered anything. Jason will tell you. Jason will have a good memory.
Oh, my God, like an NFL.
He says, I never forget anything. And then we will not miss PK. We want to see less of him. I like PK. I love hearing him chime in. And we won't miss the bunny. Oh, I won't miss that bunny. Well, the bunny will be in the clubhouse. Oh, speaking of bunnies, look at this. Look at this 30-pound bunny named Simon. You're not going to believe what happened to Simon. This woman sent another airline story. This breeder on United Airlines again sends over this bunny that's 30 pounds. Without permission, something happens to the bunny, and United Airlines cremates the bunny. So she says it's to cover up. Can you imagine poor Simon? So one story was that it was a 3-foot-long continental giant rabbit. It was going from London to Chicago. United says it was alive when it was taken out of the Boeing 767. And then their apology was just horrible. They said, well, we're sorry if we ever lose any cargo luggage or pets. So you're comparing my 30-pound bunny to your pet, your cargo? I mean, really? So one source says that it was left in the freezer overnight mistakenly and froze to death. But the airlines deny that. They said they saw it at the kennel and it was alive in 70 degrees Fahrenheit temperature, but that it was motionless. But no matter what happened to the poor bunny, which probably it probably was frozen if it was alive when it arrived, but no matter what happened to the bunny, you don't get to cremate someone's bunny. I mean, really? What is wrong with the airlines today? Oh, God, there was so much airline news. Remember the 2 girls with the leggings got kicked off, and then the guy got dragged off the plane, and then yesterday there was another big fight over one of the big oceans where they couldn't stop the plane or land the plane, and 2 guys were fighting, and I love these iPhones because when something happens, everyone's just, like this. And I always, when I get in a screaming match or go off on somebody or somebody pushes my button, I always think when I leave, I'm like, oh my God, I really hope no one was videotaping that, and I'm not going to be on YouTube tomorrow because, you just lose it sometimes, and now everyone's videoing you.
And Tempesta's birthday today.
Oh, hi, Anna. Happy birthday. Where's Anna from?
She doesn't say.
She doesn't say.
Says, it's my birthday today, Leah. I love you.
Oh.
And we have Ileana Beth asking, why is Bravo not doing any more Miami Housewives?
Oh my God, we're so tired. That question has been asked and answered, but I will tell you that's a whole episode in itself. You know, I always think I should write a book about that and put all the skeletons out of the closet. What do you think? I don't know. I think those girls practicing Santeria inadvertently put a hex on the show instead of me. Let's see, but this is why I'm doing my show for you guys, so that, you know, if you miss me, I'm still here, and we know you didn't miss anybody else, so there, it's done. Let's see, what else? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, so the guy was kicked off of Delta for using the restroom while he was on the plane. Now listen to this. I watched this video, 2 10-minute segments on this video. One passenger did the first 10 minutes, another passenger came in and got the other 10 minutes. So this nice guy sitting on the plane, very polite, not complaining, very low key, and he gets up and goes to the restroom because they're waiting on the tarmac for 30 minutes to take off. And the stewardess comes to him and says, oh, you have to depart the plane now because we lost our place, you know, because you got up and went onto the restroom, so we lost our place in line. Oh, really? Just shut up. Just turn a blind eye and shut up. That's an example of someone with too much authority. So the guy sits there and he says, but I'm not getting off the plane unless you explain to me what I did wrong. I bought my ticket. I'm here. I'm a student. I have a field trip tomorrow. I have to get back to Milwaukee, whatever it was. The guy spends 10 minutes telling me we're going to step off the plane and discuss it. Then another one comes on. We're going to step off the plane, discuss it. So the guy's like, but if I step off the plane, how do I know you're going to let me get back on the plane? And he goes, well, we're not going to leave you stranded. It goes on, and this guy was such a gentleman. Long story short, they get the guy off the plane, and when he gets off the plane, guess who meets the guy? The FBI!
No.
You don't think the FBI should be hunting down other people besides a guy on a plane? Now, I'm not saying this. Where's that sign? I am not alleging this. But it appeared to me that the guy on the plane had black skin and long dreadlocks. I just wonder if they would have done it to a fabulous woman wearing flawless jewelry like me. I don't know. Just saying. Oh, so anyway, then that was that. They got off, lost their place in line, and everyone was inconvenienced because the guy had to pee. When you gotta pee, you gotta pee. Time magazine says that you can fly to Europe this summer for $69 on WOW Air. And you can go from Edinburgh and New York on Norwegian on a 737 MAX aircraft for around the same price. There are going to be 21 flights a week, but they're using these off-area airports. So instead of going out of JFK or LaGuardia, you got to go to an hour away to another airport called Stewart. And when you get to Europe, you're not going to be at one of the major airlines. You're going to be at an off-brand airline. But for $69, I mean, doesn't that kind of sound like people aren't wanting to go to Europe right now? I mean, $69, that's pretty cheap. Probably doesn't include Cokes or chips, though.
Michael Turner's asking when you're going to be back in LA for the summer.
Oh, I'm going to be there very soon, and I'll be back and forth, and I'll be there a lot, and I've got lots going on there, lots of gossip. Ooh. Now, wet paint, another article about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The 10 juiciest moments from the reunion, according to Wet Paint. I had my own juicy, but I thought theirs was better, and I always like to delegate my work, so I'll take theirs. Bob's apology about his prior abuse being a joke. That was one of the highlights. Cynthia breaking down about the divorce. Peter he throws, that's the word. He throws shade, insinuating Portia has a man for the season each year, which she does have a different boyfriend every season, and that they're fake relationships. I don't know. He rubs the divorce in Phaedra's face, her divorce, and then he goes off on... Apparently, I don't know if he's wanting to get a spinoff or he's just wanting to get himself a peach next year, but he also goes off on Portia and Phaedra, saying they're full of shit and that Cynthia is weak or they'd still be together. Is that typical of a guy? Well, we got divorced because my wife was weak. No, jerk. We got divorced because you made your wife feel inferior and weak. Take no responsibility and blame it on the wife. Oh, I couldn't believe you had the nerve to say that. I'm telling you, either you want a peach or a spinoff. Number 5 was when STFU, Kenya cuts Portia off, and they get into this big fight because apparently her bestie, Shamia, said that they are all having threesomes. Oh, Lord, are we getting into threesomes now? I can't even handle but 2. Phaedra is speechless when Candy asks her why she told Sheree and Portia that Todd and Candy were having these threesomes. Number 7, Phaedra is versus Shamia, and they go at it. Number 8, the backpedaling. Portia and Phaedra backpedal on the lesbian bisexual accusation. Oh my God, it just goes on. And then the insulting of the lesbian gay community. Do you think, and I got these questions too, and Andy said he was getting these questions, do you think they were insulting the gay community by making it look like they were doing something bad because they were having these lesbian relationships? I didn't take it that way. Everybody's so sensitive these days. To me, I was taking it like you're married. And so why is she hitting on you? And if she is hitting on you, why are you allowing it? You're married. I didn't even knock the equation of the lesbian thing being what was taboo about it. But that's just me. Jason, do you think it was a shade?
No.
We're not sensitive gays over here. We don't have sensitive gays working here.
Not at all.
And then apparently at the very end, that whole thing about Candy apparently was going to drug Portia to get her to go have a threesome with her and Todd. That rumor started bombshell with Phaedra. I was so disappointed in Phaedra. Phaedra, why are you, even if it were true, why would you bring that out into the public like that, number 1? And number 2, apparently it's not true, and she gets caught with making this falsehood up. And why are you trying to demean somebody's character like that? That's the problem with these shows. I think when you go on these shows, you should just tell the truth. I don't think you get to lie. It doesn't give you permission to lie. It gives you permission to throw tables, pull hair, flip this, scream, yell. It gives you permission to be your authentic, ridiculous, stupid self when you want to be. But it doesn't give you permission to go out and just start lying about other people. I've been in that situation. The whole 3rd season on our show, all they did was make up lies about me. I was just like blindsided by it. But on the other hand, I was like, look at the source. They don't have anything else to talk about. They got to lie about me. I always got to tear down the biggest person in the room, which happened to be me, according to me. And then there was a spat over Portia saying that she doesn't want to be labeled a liar because she's a journalist. Really? Her and Anderson Cooper. I mean, I had to laugh at that. She's got a gossip show. That'd be like me calling myself a real legitimate journalist because I'm talking to you about trash every week on Wednesdays. Anyway, so that's the story there. TMZ reports that Kenya's restraining order against her ex-boyfriend Matt has been dismissed. And so that was interesting too. I hope she's not going back with him. How?
James Brown says hello. He's joined us, James.
James is in Los Angeles this week. I miss you being here, James. He's always laughing at my jokes. That's why I like him. And then Time Magazine had an article out. And it made me think of the housewives. And I thought, I'm going to send them all in one of these books. It's called Secret to Communicating with Irrational, Angry, or Crazy People. And I was going to I'm going to read this article so I can educate myself. And then I thought, why would I want to read this article? I'm not interested in communicating with irrational, angry, or crazy people. Get rid of them. So I didn't read the article. Let's see. A Newsweek article says there is an unprecedented number of singles around the world. So if you're single, you're not necessarily a minority much anymore. People are staying single longer before they're settling down. Some are staying single for life. At age 50, 25% of the people will never have been married. And it used to be, they must be gay or hiding something. And now it turns out they're just single because they're single. Stop the rumor mongering. And so some people the research is saying that people are beginning to think that people's moral values are getting worse. Exhibit A, White House. And so that's one of the reasons is people are not getting married anymore, because they're choosing to just stay single because they don't want to be involved in other people's devalued moral values. Anyway, the trend could define a new tradition. So I think, what's wrong with being single? I don't have a problem with being single. People always go, well, like I say, I have to go to this event. Well, do you need me to go with you if Roy's not going to go? I'm like, well, I doubt he'll go, but I don't need you to go, but you can go. Well, you don't want to go by yourself. Why don't I want to go by myself? It doesn't bother me to go by myself. I go by myself. I go by myself. I leave when I want. I don't have to. I had a 2-seater car for years, so no one had asked me for a ride before. Oh, let's see. Bravo is returning the following shows. Let's rate them. The Imposters, yes. Odd Mom Out, which is scripted, yes. So they got 2 scripted shows. They really should do a scripted show on Red Carpets and White Lies by Leah Black. That's what they should be doing. They're renewing Top Chef, $1 Million Listing in New York and LA. I love that show. I hate that cute little guy who moved to Italy and retired. He's so cute. The Orange County Housewives, the Shaws of Sunset, the New Jersey Housewives, Flipping Out with our friend Jeff. I spoke to Jeff yesterday. He recounted how he had a flipping out moment earlier in the day in front of his daughter, and he's like, oh, shouldn't have done that. I'm like, oh, she probably just thought it was a cartoon. Don't Be Tardy with Kim, Married to Medicine, Atlanta Housewives, Beverly Hills Housewives, Dallas Housewives, which I haven't ever seen, Insider Actress Studio, Summer House, and Vanderpump Rules. Very good. And then they're announcing a new series with Bethany Frankel and Frederick from the real estate New York guy. They're going to be real estate moguls and partners, and I guess they're going to take New York by a storm. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I love that show anyway. I love looking at all those houses and how much they're worth and how much people spend on them and what people think is important in a house. I mean, I remember one time I was watching the $1 Million Listing in LA, and there was a house, and the house was like, I forget, like $15 million or something. I went through the whole house, and his only demand, it had to have a certain kind of coffee machine in the kitchen, or he couldn't buy it. It was a $7,000 coffee machine, but if you can afford a $15 million house, call your butler and order the coffee machine. I mean, but I was like, well, the guy obviously knows what he wants. Oh, Lord, did you guys watch the Met Gala? Let's see how long we can gossip about these queens. Okay, this is Rihanna. What do you think?
I like it.
Comme des Garçons, whoever that is. The jewelry is chopard. Who?
That's the exhibit.
That's the dress exhibits from that exhibit. Okay, the dresses from the exhibit. You can't even see the jewelry.
The designer as well as the exhibit.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go. See, it's clarified now. Rihanna loves chopard. You can't even see the chopard. There's so much going on. If it were me, I'd have all the jewelry in one of those little fluffs right there and just be worrying about the jewelry. I don't know. I mean, I guess for the Met Gala, it's great. I mean, it's certainly attention-getting. It's definitely a standout. But how do you sit down in the damn thing? And how do you walk in it? And I don't know.
Turn her laundry basket upside down onto herself.
Oh, that's funny, like that. And then what about those straps around the legs? I mean, girl, that's for bad circulation. That can cause a stroke. I don't know if that's a good idea. And then the hair is kind of nice, but she's got on enough blush, don't you think? My God, her cheeks look like one of these things right here. I don't know. I hate to criticize her. I love her, but it's kind of out there. Oh, now this one I will criticize. What was she thinking? Katy Perry. I mean, I don't even know what that looks like. It looks like somebody just took a bunch of tulle and just started playing with it. You know, like an arts and crafts show. This is, who? Maison Margiela or something?
Maison Margiela.
Oh, whatever. Jason's so in the know on everything. I'm so jeans, t-shirt, and Marshalls. John Galliano. Oh, she got criticism from wearing his dress because, remember, he apparently got drunk and said some anti-Semitic things. But that's, I think, in the past. But this has got to be one of the weirdest damn things. How do you even get into that? And more importantly, how do you get out of it? And tulle is very cheap. I mean, and it's hanging over her head. It makes her face look red. I don't know. I can't. Oh, these two I love. I don't care how they're dressed. I love Courtney Love. She's my little angel girl. She came here one time for our charity event. Like I told you, she's carrying around these 2 handbags. Courtney, she loves them because they hold a lot of stuff. So she came to our gala one year. I told Roy, Courtney's coming to the gala. He goes, oh, that's great. She stole the night. Everybody wanted their picture with her. Everyone wanted to talk to her. She was so lovely. She talked to everybody. She took pictures with everybody. She hung out with everybody. She was just lovely. The crowd loved her. And Roy's like, oh my God, I had no idea, you know, how popular she was and what a big hit she would be. I said, I knew. It's Courtney Love. I mean, it's Courtney Love. But then there was a guy at the gala, another famous guy, I won't mention his name, known for doing a lot of party favors. And you know, Courtney's been straight for a long time and been through plenty of rehabs and doesn't have that life anymore. And he's hitting on her. And she was like, oh my God, this guy's so hot and he's all after me. And then she calls me inside and says, wait a minute, I think he wants me to do a bump or two. I'm not interested anymore. But I mean, she's just like, I love her so much. Don't do that to my girl. Oh, and then we've got Miss J-Lo, soon to be Miss Alex Rodriguez. She looks beautiful now, but wearing Valentino and Harry Winston. Now, let me see her. She can't hardly see the Harry Winston. Well, you see the earrings and the bracelet. She should be carrying my handbag. Why aren't you carrying? Maybe she is carrying my handbag. Let me look. Yeah, I think it is. No. But anyway, she's beautiful now. And then this is, I think, so, it's just unusually stunning. I mean, you wouldn't wear this anywhere but to the Met Gala because it'd be like, kind of like, I mean, maybe if you were singing at the Oscars or something, but this is just so rich and so elegant. It's just so everything. Yes. Rita Ora and Marchese. I mean, come on. It's just, the design is exquisite and it just looks like a beautiful package with a big bow on it. What kind of jewelry she got on? They didn't mention the jewelry on that one. This one, I don't know. This feather thing is really in. I don't know if I love it or not. I'm not so sure. Blake Lively in Versace, wearing Lorraine Schwartz and Ryan Reynolds. But I don't know. Do you love it or not love it? It's like, she got a pretty little body. This was one of my favorites. I didn't even recognize her. I did not even recognize her. This dress is just so elegant, isn't it? Kate Hudson and Stella McCartney. It's such an elegant dress. I like simplicity and elegance, and then let the jewelry do the talking, and then open my big mouth. Okay, questions from our little fan base, our little viewing audience. Oh, it's Derby week and you should wear a fancy hat. Well, I brought one just so that I could celebrate Derby week. I don't know if you guys are going to consider it fancy. It's been in my closet for a long time. What do you think? Fabulous. Who made this hat? Erica Javits. Well, I'm sure it's quality. There. So happy Kentucky Derby Day. Let's see. Well, what do you think about the Housewives of Melbourne shakeup? 3 cast members are going out and they're adding 4. I didn't watch that show, but I've heard it's really good. Do you think that RHOA Atlanta was giving shade at the gay community? We answered that. Do you think Lisa Vanderpump will return next season? And should they make Eden a full-time person if PK is not available? Hello, Al. Eden, I don't know. I don't know if they should make her a full-time person. We didn't get to see that much of her, so it's hard to say. Do I think Lisa will be back? Probably. It'd be hard to walk away from that show because it's a hit show. But she does have Vanderpump Rules, and she does have a lot of other things going on. Anyway, I want to mention, oh, my dog's so excited. Are you worried about the hat? No one's going to get you. The dog's worrying about the hat now. So Mother's Day is coming up. I don't want you to forget your 2-for-1 Mother's Day special. So you can give yourself a facial and get your mom a facial. Actually get 8 to 10 facials in each box. And so this is a great Mother's Day gift, leahblack.com. And if you order anything on our website, our jewelry, our handbags, whatever, we'll gift wrap it for you with a card and send it out. There you go. What more better service do you want? We get better service than the airlines. Okay. Oh, I wanted to mention, where do we get all of our gossip? I started thinking we get it from Fit, Fab, and Fun, Real Mr. Housewife, Perez Hilton, Reality TV, Real Housewife, I can't remember that one. Fashion Hit List, Time Magazine, I can't read my own writing, New York Times, Bravo's website, Real Housewife polls. Oh, I'm on that all the time. Whenever you see Real Housewife polls and I'm on it, just vote for me as long as it's for something good. If they say who's the worst one, don't vote for me. And Callista's art. Remember that Callista, our friend Allison that has that thing Callista? She has the best stuff about all the art and everything. How much time? We're running out of time. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a little tips. What 6 things that productive people do every day. Number 1, manage your mood. Start the day calm. Try to have 80 to 90 minutes a day of rest. Try to spend the first 80, 90 minutes a day doing as little work as possible and get yourself in control of your day and get yourself in a good mood. Well, that would mean I'd have to get up earlier. I'd rather be a bitch and sleep late. It reduces your stress, apparently. And don't procrastinate. You will procrastinate more if you're in a bad mood. Maybe I don't procrastinate even if I'm in a bad mood. Happiness makes you more productive, so be happy. Don't check your emails in the morning. That's the first thing I do. Maybe that's why I'm not productive. I go right for the emails, see what's going on in the world. But it says don't do that in the morning first thing. Get yourself in the good mood and have yourself the time to yourself first. And before trying to do something faster, ask if it really needs to be done, you know? So if you're doing it too fast, you're probably missing something in there. Focus is eliminating distractions. Oh, God, staying focused. I know someone in Washington, D.C. that can't stay focused. Just saying. Have a personal system, like have a system you work out of, whether it's your day timer or a list, like the pot guy's list, the guy that smokes the pots. Get yourself a list and define your goals the night before. So the night before you say to yourself, these are the things I'm going to accomplish tomorrow. So apparently these are what productive people do every morning, and I do the opposite. There you go. So before I leave you, I'll leave you with my quote of the week. You know, I have my quotes every week. You know, they're all on my Facebook thing. I tweet them out all the time. It's all my little nuggets of brilliance. The quote of the week this week is, don't compromise who you are to expose who they are. Get that? Think on it. Okay, guys, it was fun. I'll see you next Wednesday at noon, Lunch with Leah. Please watch and share this video on all your social media platforms so that we can build a bigger audience, so we can get a bigger production than 1 camera, 2 lights, and a microphone, and a dog. Bye!